Well, too late. We're already live.
I'll suck it
And
back in.
I'm surprised we're even live because we're using a third-party app to access Facebook. Oh my God, we're stealing all their data right now. They're going to shut us down. Hashtag
So,
Cambridge Analytica.
and my camera finally works properly.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, everyone. There's a couple people hopping on right now. Dude, have you seen the Conor McGregor drama?
Yeah, I'm super disappointed in him.
I know. It's like, what are you doing, man? It's like he has to be like high on something, drugs or something. Like, like I'm not a huge fan of UFC or anything like that. Like I watch it, right? Like when there's a fight going on, like I get all pumped up and go out, like I do the social thing where I go out and watch it at a friend's house, or I have people
Fun watching.
over. Yeah, or I go to a bar and watch it with a bunch of friends or whatever. But man, I don't follow sports like that hardcore. I don't keep up with all this stuff, but I do. Every time I see like an article and an interview with Dana White, I do listen to it because I look up to him as an entrepreneur, and what he's done, it's amazing. He took the UFC, which was nothing, and built it up to an empire and sold it to a Chinese company. He still runs it, so he's made a ton of money. And when McGregor was coming up, even before the like I liked him. He was just cocky. He like came from nothing, and he worked his ass off to get to where he's at. It reminds me a lot of Tyson, and to see what he's doing now, it's like it's so disappointing, man. It's just like I think that's the pure perfect definition of fame getting to your head and going up to your head, and I got more money than God and I can do whatever I want. But I don't know. You don't see Mayweather doing that shit. You don't see Tyson did some crazy shit back in the day, right?
Yeah, he was accused of rape, and he bit some guy Evander Holyfield's ear off, but Mike Tyson has calmed down quite a bit.
I know. He still denies the whole rape thing. I believe him in a way because that chick was crazy. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I don't know. I don't think he did it personally, even though he was batshit crazy. But he knocked out some people on the street a couple times back in the day too. But he was antagonized too. He never started it. He just finished it.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have some balls to go up. You gotta have some balls to go up to Tyson and try to start shit with Tyson back in the day, especially in the 80s when he was in his prime. Hell no.
That's like just looking to get a reaction out of him so you can sue. Because I think around the 80s is when people started to get really sue happy here. But apparently, so like you said, I think money just, when you have a certain amount, you just feel invincible and nobody can touch you. You can buy yourself out of anything, but eventually consequences are going to catch up to you. And apparently, so the situation was a UFC bus pulled up to the Barclays Center, and it was carrying UFC 223 fighters. And I love UFC, but I could not tell you what that means. Mm-hmm. So Conor McGregor.
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
No, the 223. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea what that is.
I know there were lightweight people on the bus, so maybe that's the category. Anyway.
They diet a lot. That's what they do. They diet a lot and stay skinny.
Yeah. Conor McGregor, the bus pulls in, and Conor takes like a moving dolly and just picks it up like nothing. I thought it was a chair. He picked it up so easily.
Oh, yeah. And he just smashes the shit out of the window on the bus.
Yes. Yeah. And apparently it started because some guy was talking crap to one of Conor's friends. And I'm like, why are you fighting another dude's battle? Like, you're literally risking your whole career. They asked Dana if he was going to fire Conor, and they're like, he's got a lot worse things coming than us firing him. Like, some guy was injured and, cut up and bleeding. So he's going to get sued. And I mean, Dana White even said, he's going to get sued. He's going to go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they've issued like an arrest warrant for him.
Apparently there's an arrest warrant out for him right now. And his plane is locked at one of the airports. I think it was JFK. So, you made it, you got your own plane. Yeah. But, he can't leave. He has a warrant. So I'm sure, the whole buffet of lawyers came down on him right away, and they just have him in an apartment somewhere and just making out the plan on how, do PR, damage control, how he's going to turn himself in or trying to spin it and make more money out of it somehow.
Oh, he was on something.
Lawsuits left and right. I mean, dude, I was being around lawyers all the time, and I hear stories from like my lawyer friends and stuff like that. There's so many lawsuits that are going to come out of this.
Oh, yeah.
The place where he did it, the people he injured, the people who were around it, the company who owns the bus. Like, it's going to be, you know, millions and millions and millions and millions left and right.
And then just the charges that they could come up with. Loss of wages, property damage.
He'll get out of that. He'll get out of that shit. He's not going to do any time
for anything. He's going to pay one way or another.
He's going to pay a lot of money.
Yeah,
he's not going to go to jail or anything like that. I mean, come on. Money gets you out of trouble, man. We all know that. The more money you got, the more out of trouble you got to get. Now he's going to have to come up with some crazy antic to make that money back.
Right.
I'm sure it's not that hard, but I can't wait to, like, everybody's going to talk shit. I'm sure. I haven't had a chance to, like, check, like, social media because I've been busy all day. But I'm sure everyone's posting, like, 50 Cent and Mayweather. And I can only imagine. I mean, Dana White, I watched an interview. I had, like, a little 10-minute break today, so I hopped on Facebook, the actual newsfeed instead of like the business side, which I deal with all the time. It popped up on my feed, so I watched the interview with Dana White, and Dana was pissed, man. He was pissed. He's like, I think he was pissed, but at the same time disappointed. And the guy's like, you know, are you going to talk to him? Because Dana, that's the cool thing about Dana. Dana will sit there and talk to paparazzi, like he doesn't care. I guess because they're respectful to him. It's publicity, obviously, but he'll sit there and talk to them just like, you know, you and I are sitting here right now. He'll be like, he's like, I'm disappointed. He's like, what is he doing? Like, we're hanging with a bunch of thugs and like, you know, like, what are you doing? You know, if you want to do that against this guy, like get in the ring, like, you know, get paid
Take it out there. I mean, this is a business that Dana's running. It's, you know, he kind of, I mean, every UFC fighter represents the business, and the bottom line is really what matters. And I mean, bad publicity, good publicity, whatever. It's all publicity. But the bottom line, when you start messing with that, and, you know, Conor's a big ticket guy, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he's a big draw. He's a big draw. I mean, he's one of the biggest draws in that company. I personally couldn't name you any other fighters top of my head. Do you know any top of your head? Because I don't, but I don't follow it.
My head, no. But like when I see them, I know who they are.
Like, I remember Diaz. I remember Diaz. And that's it. Like, what was the Ronda Rousey? She was huge.
The boxer.
I can't even remember the girl that kicked her ass and ended her career. That tells you something right there. I mean,
he's doing WWE now or whatever.
Who is?
Wrestling. Ronda Rousey.
Really? I didn't know that, but I haven't watched wrestling since the golden years of the 80s and the 90s when you had Stone Cold. Stone Cold said so. He would like smash beers. It's
Triple H,
like a maniac.
Undertaker.
And then The Rock was The Rock. He wasn't doing what he is today.
That was like the beginning of the new generation.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what's cool though? Dwayne, The Rock, whatever you want to call him, he's one of those celebrities. I don't follow celebrities that much. I keep up with celebrities because of you. But what I like about you're my paparazzi, my personal paparazzi. But the thing that I like about The Rock is like he seems like a good guy. Like you never hear bad stories about the dude. Nothing.
Unless it's coming from Vin Diesel or Tyrese.
Oh, that's just jealousy. That's just drama because he's like he came into the franchise and now it's all about him.
Exactly.
You know? It's like, let's face it. Okay, Vin Diesel has no career besides Fast and the Furious. He should be fucking praying to the movie gods and be thankful that franchise has made as much money as it has. And we all know it's because of the fucking cars. Well, it used to be about the cars. Now it's like, I don't even know what people watch it anymore. Like,
well, it was because
the last one, and I couldn't make it 30 seconds.
I think it's because that was one of the last ones. So at first, you know, Paul Walker, I think, was the big draw. And then when he passed away, people are like, oh, well, we got to see like what they did and, you know, how they finished it out. And so that's why they watched the last one. But any other movies they're making after that, it's like the horse has been beaten to death already. Like, stop.
The last one made billions.
That's crazy.
Billions.
I don't understand.
I don't know who's watching it. I guess
I don't either.
It has to be kids. Like, you know, like when I would watch Commando when I was a kid with Arnold Schwarzenegger because it was shit. But I watched that movie now. It's like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. But I still love it because it's Arnold, you know?
Yeah.
But that has to be it. And it's huge, you know, overseas. But come on. It's not even about the cars anymore. And like some of that, it's just ridiculous.
It's over the top. It's cheesy. It's like a soap opera. Like, I mean, I don't watch.
And I'm a car guy, so that makes it 100 times worse. I'm like, this is such horseshit.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. I think they lost me at Tokyo Drift. That was it for me. That was like the one.
Last one I watched too. And
my favorite,
I thought that was boring.
That was my favorite because.
Really?
Yeah.
Racers.
The racers, man. You know me and Japanese cars. I love my Japanese cars. I've had all kinds of cars. I've had luxury cars. I had American Muscle. I had racers, and I love my Japanese cars, man. Especially the Z. The Z's the main car in that movie, and the third one. So.
You have a spoiler on your Z now?
It's a ducktail. It's called a ducktail. It's really small. It's very subtle. It's not like my first Z, which had like a wing. It looked like an X-Fighter, but you know, I was in my early 20s, so that's why. But
yeah. Plus, they were super popular. Remember, everybody had to have their, you know, the car kit with the lights and have it lower.
Oh my God, I totally in the 90s. I totally had the riced out Mustang.
Yeah,
and you're gonna have a heart attack when I tell you this. I spent $2,500. Okay, I was in college, people, so I didn't have money to throw around like this. All right, I was, you know, making money working and stuff like that, but this is a credit card charge from you know, when you get those credit cards in college. I literally, my parents bought me a Mustang Cobra, convertible Mustang Cobra, right in college. So what do? I get my first credit card, you know, when you're at college get a credit card. I'm like, sure.
Free money.
Why not? Free money. So of course, what is that? The first thing I do, I go to the shop, I get a Flowmaster kit installed from the headers all the way down, 3.5 inch. So the fucking thing was super loud. And then I get the great idea of spending $2,500 on neon lines art underneath the car.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you know me, #excess, because I can never do anything normal. So I get in there, I was like, no, this is not enough. I want a double kit, not one. Because back then it was fluorescent. It wasn't LEDs.
Yeah.
So to make it really bright, you had to double up.
Oh, so yeah.
Double up on the kit underneath. I put inside the car under the seat. So when you got in the car, it was all like glowing, like this dark purple. And on top of it, you ready for this? I had double strobes in the headlights, double strobes on the tail lights, and I had strobes under the seat. So I was like a rolling fucking club. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you not get pulled over? Was that in Texas or Florida?
No, that was in Florida, in Orlando. Okay. Oh, dude, I got pulled over all the time. But you know, I never drunk. You know, had drinks and drove. Yeah. So it's like, you know, but dude, I used to get pulled over all the time. I mean, it was an excuse to pull me over.
Yeah, exactly. Because Texas was super strict about it. And I had just the very minor version, but I also had the cheesy, like, you know, AutoZone blinky hubcaps that were like neon as well, and lights on the inside.
I remember those. Yeah.
Getting pulled over constantly. But it was an excuse, like you said, to pull you over just to mess with you. Yeah.
And the best, it was the best thing I used to do. And kids, you're not supposed to do this. I never got caught.
Disclaimer.
Allegedly, I used to go on the highway on I-4 when there was traffic, and it was just, you know, bumper to bumper traffic, and it was dark out. I would put the top up and roll up the windows because I had like double 5% tint, so you couldn't see inside the car. And the car was all black on black, murdered out, right? And I would just turn on the strobes in the front, the strobes in the back, and people would just get out of the way thinking I was a cop.
Oh my god.
And then one day, I almost got caught by a cop, but the cop got stuck with traffic, and I just got out on the exit. You know,
be like, officer, I flipped that switch on accident. I apologize. I know.
Yeah. So after that, I never did it again. But I didn't know any better. I didn't know. You know, I was a kid. I didn't know you could get in trouble for that. I was just like, oh, this works. Like, I never thought that it was that.
Exactly.
And then when I got older, you know, I learned that you can get in a lot of trouble. I was like, oops, well, I didn't get in trouble for that. Yeah, it's the last thing I need.
It's like a felony, I think.
Is it? I don't know.
I think so. That would be impersonating an officer.
I wasn't impersonating an officer. I was impersonating a tow truck. It's different. I would never impersonate an officer. Are you kidding me?
Never. He wouldn't.
No, not at all. So, man, there you go. Talk about a throwback.
Yeah, right?
But What's dude? That's the other thing I want to talk to you about because you keep up with this stuff. Channing Tatum getting divorced. What's up with that? I didn't see that
Yeah.
coming.
I
Where's
kind
Kim
of
Shannon on that?
they I'm just not a fan of Channing Tatum. I don't see how women just think he's super hot. It's because
My wife went to high school with him.
did he? Did she?
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, they weren't in the same class or whatever, but they went to the same school. I think they were like a couple of years apart.
Yeah. He did
She's
that
never
like
met him though, but she
female
knows people before.
porno. What was it? Magic Mike.
Yeah, Magic
Like
Mike,
all
50
the women
Shades.
were
Yeah,
like, "Oh my God."
yeah.
Not into that at all. That is not hot to me. I just don't think he's cute in any way. But she's hot. They met
She
on
is
like
pretty. I've seen pictures of her. Yeah, she is pretty.
yeah, with or without makeup.
I
She's
like the obsession of those people with those books and the movie. It's like,
yeah, like
but then
50
again,
Shades of Grey.
I'm like the complete anti-movie person. Like, I don't care about superhero movies. Everybody's like Marvel, DC. Like the way I say it's like it's a money grab. I don't
Yeah.
care. Or like Black Panther, a money grab. I'm just tired of them. Like, I just want to watch good dialogue. Like, I miss good dialogue movies. I
Good
think
luck.
we talked about this before. Yeah, they don't make them anymore because they can't make money out of them. You know,
I
it's our own fault for stealing movies and stuff, for people stealing movies and music, and that's why we get shit now.
yeah. I need a good comedy. Like I just love Will Ferrell. If he could only make movies constantly, I would be happy.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
need a good funny movie, but I don't know if we just like have
Peaked.
seen too many memes or have reached the end of the internet because we've seen it all. Nothing like our sense of humor is up here.
I think that's the problem. Like, our sense of humor has gotten to a whole new level because we see so much dumb stuff daily.
Mm-hmm.
That is just like, okay, that's not even funny anymore. Like, you don't have to go back then. You had to go to a movie to watch something funny. Nowadays, we watch something funny every 3 seconds in our news feed
Exactly.
or whatever. You know, people are just,
we're hilarious and we make each other laugh.
yes, that's what we do, and hopefully other people, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I like Will Ferrell. I read somewhere that he might be making Step Brothers too, but I think it was fake. I don't know if it was true.
I did hear that.
That would be amazing. But what can they do?
They live together and they both start families, but they have to live together and their wives are like, no, like we have to start our own lives. And
that would be a good premise.
Hollywood, call me. I've got your next movie.
Yeah, here's your script writer for the next movie.
I always think of like good ideas, but I don't know who to send it to because you constantly hear of like, a writer pitching a movie to, some producers and then they steal it. Like, who was it? The Duffer Brothers from Stranger Things. So it just came out recently that this guy, pitched the idea of a show called Montauk. You remember Montauk, like New Jersey, some years back, like things were washing up on the shore. There's a real life government testing facility there.
Uh-huh.
So his premise was, weird things are happening. The government is doing testing on things and experimenting. And that's pretty much the premise of Stranger Things. Right. So they're like, no.
Well, I mean, Stranger Things is basically every cool 80s movie that we grew up with, put together into one series. Exactly. I mean, there's nothing original about it. Come on, let's face it.
But
good, I like it.
Denied it. And the guy came back and luckily... So his film or what he pitched was called Montauk, and they had some proof. So around that same time, even though they denied it, they pitched, or no, what was it? Their casting call. It says like Netflix series, working name is Montauk. So that
gives it away.
Threw themselves under the bus there.
Dude, all you got to nowadays, you know what? Nowadays, before they used to get away with that stuff, like, 90s, 80s, whatever. Go back to, caveman times where they have no communication like our parents. And they could get away with it because there was no proof. But nowadays, you can just upload that script somewhere and be like, listen, I uploaded this day.
Yeah.
Word by word. Or I emailed it to them this day. Like, that's how we covered my ass. I was like, oh, here's the pitch through email and just attach it. And then after that, it's like, dude, you can't fight that at all.
That's so scummy, though. Like, it almost makes me... I love the show. I think the Duffer Brothers are jerks because I watched the, after the show, behind the scenes interviews and stuff, and
Right.
they just sound like jerks, and then they've been accused of like mistreating people on the set.
Oh,
But
really? They're divas already?
yes, it's like you're already killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, give the guy a piece of the pie. That's all anybody ever wants, right? They just want a little piece of the pie.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of divas we would turn into. We had like a whole stage set for us and everybody catering to our needs every second of the day, whatever we say.
I honestly think I would kind of do the whole Beyonce thing, like not necessarily be reclusive, but super private. Like I would only give those pieces to social media that I wanted to give.
I will be the complete opposite because you know me, I'm like extroverted. I'll be partying with the crew, I'll be like doing videos left and right, like joking around and doing pranks and stuff like that. And then I will drive everybody insane. But then I will have my diva moments, like with
exactly.
Food. I was like, I wanted this. What is this shit?
I'm not waiting in line. I already hate waiting. I will not wait in line. If I'm not going to get to the front, I'm not going. We're going somewhere else. But being a celebrity, oh my God, my patience would be done. And I just wouldn't wait anywhere.
Could you imagine? I mean, like when I watched the Gaga documentary and then I saw her like walk outside and then she would just get swarmed by people if she was, obvious who she was, but not even super obvious, just normal, like you could see who she was type of deal. Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine dealing with that. Like a million cell phones in your face and, Christian, that it drives me nuts when my wife wants to take like a couple pictures when we're at a party or something. I'm like, are we done yet? Like, did we get it done and over with? I take pictures too and stuff like that, but I gotta be in the mood. Like
constantly though, like that's a different.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine dealing with that 24/7. Like you wake up, or if you're in a bad mood, or if you just chill, you just want to get in your car, get your things done. Like, and before people go, "Whoa, that's the price you pay for whatever."
No, it's not.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like, dude, she just wanted to sing. Yeah, I'm sure fame comes along with it and a shitload of money, but. I think people have this idea of becoming famous and that it's so great. I mean, you get perks. There's no doubt about it. You get tons of perks and all this cool stuff, but I couldn't imagine dealing like walking around in paparazzi, like in your face, asking you stupid questions just so they can make a video for TMZ.
Mm-hmm. Or you do one stupid thing or say one stupid thing and they completely rip it to shreds, constantly ask you. I mean, I think of the stupid things that I've done in front of people.
Oh, yeah. I've done a lot of stupid shit. And
then what if somebody was, if we were famous, people would have their phones out. We would get asked constantly, like, now I can cry to you guys on Facebook and be like, oh my God, I did the thing I'm embarrassed about and dwell on it for a week and forget about it.
But this is the thing too. Like some of them are nice and I've seen it where they're walking, whatever. And then a paparazzi comes up to them at the airport or whatever. So they're like, okay, I'm going to be nice. I'll answer they're like answering the questions kind of neutrally to be nice. Yeah. And then I see the same video. It's been chopped up a million different ways to make it seem like something it's not.
Exactly.
So then people wonder why they're assholes. Like another thing I wouldn't do. Like, when you see in the videos when they get at the airport and there's like, hey, so can you sign this? Can you sign this? It's like a pack of 8x10s.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you want me to sign it so you can sell it online? No. Like, I'll sign it if it's personally done to you. Like, here, nice meeting you, Christian. Love Christian, whatever. Yeah. But I wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, when I'm famous, I'm not going to sign.
Nope.
So you can make money.
You don't even know if they're fans. I'm not going to have some person
They're
about
not. It's so obvious. Those are those scummy people who sit there all day to wait for celebrities at LAX, and they have all kinds of 8x10s and stuff like that, and they just get generic autographs so they can turn around and sell them on eBay. Exactly. And then if you say no, you're an asshole. Simple as that. So
I would wear my Paris Hilton shirt all the time, though. I'm wearing it right now.
Are you? Yes, my favorite. Stop being poor. You're gonna get hate mail for that.
I know. Sorry, I wore it to, of all places, Walmart one time.
You did? No, are you serious? How did that go? Which Walmart? Careful. What city? Which one?
Oh my God, I think it was like Louisville. It was some suburban town.
Oh man, the one on Main Street, because that one's a pretty ghetto one.
It is gross, but I think it was that one.
I remember that.
I was like, first of all, it's a joke. Second of all, he was wearing and I remember this very distinctly. He was a conservative. and wearing, I knew because of the shirt he was wearing. I don't even remember. This was a long time ago, some years back. But I'm like, like everybody that you vote for hates poor people, right? So
I'm sure that went well.
It's very ironic, but I told him it's just a joke because he was like, how do you expect me to stop being poor? Or how do you expect that to happen? And I was like, what? And he's like, your shirt. And I was like, oh, it's a joke, dude. Yeah. Like maybe get a better job, go to college, learn a trade,
Oh, that can
And I never went back to Walmart again.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't even think there's a Walmart where I live.
I don't remember the last time I've been to a Walmart, and that makes me so happy.
Actually, you know what? There's one, but it's like 20 minutes away. That's why. Right. But you know what? I mean, I'm not hating on Walmart. I mean, I don't like them as a company, so I try to stay away from it now. But, I mean, let's face it. When it was convenient, I went there.
Yeah.
And they did have low prices. But now I have
rolling back those prices.
Now that I can afford things a little bit better, I can just order Prime and buy from stores that don't treat the employees as slaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
actually, I heard really bad things about Amazon warehouses.
Yeah, I've heard really bad things about Amazon warehouses, but I know people that also work at Amazon, and then I hear a different story from them. So it's like 50-50 type of deal, But I mean, Walmart's just horrible, man. Like the way they're doing it, they pay nothing, and then on top of it, they what do you call it? They
undercut the provider.
They undercut the providers, so people don't make it. It's like, dude, you're making so much money. You can't pay your employees like a decent wage. I'm not saying pay them $50 an hour, but come on, you can't. Minimum? Like, really?
So they are one of the biggest recipients of
welfare and all that stuff, right?
Programs, yeah. And you have this $1 billion. So people.
And I'm all about capitalism. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, dude, when you're making that much profit, because I know how much all this stuff costs to get made. Right. You can treat your employees a little bit better and pay them a little bit more. I would, you know?
Especially when you consider like 90% of their goods are cheap Chinese product.
Not only that, but they're made by, the way they're made, it's so much volume and mass that we're talking about cents. Yeah. All their stuff costs cents because their volume is so high that, to give an example, like a pair of jeans, Walmart jeans, they probably cost them 23 cents a pair, and they sell it for what, 20, whatever it is. That's $19 profit
at Walmart now. But it's ridiculous. And so people, I think in general, when they talk about, oh, you're on welfare, they're mad at the wrong people because it's these corporations that aren't paying a livable wage that are actually the biggest welfare recipients. They get tax breaks and, government grants and whatnot for hiring certain people or hiring the elderly or whatever. But in turn, their employees are going to need assistance.
There's actually a documentary out there. It was on TV. I don't even know. The Price of Walmart or something like that. Google
what you're
it.
Talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? It's really, really good. They go into the whole family. And again, I'm not hating on capitalism, but at the same time, there's a point where you got to look and treat people how they deserve to be treated. And before somebody jumps on here, is like, well, they don't have education. They're minimum wage. I'm like, that's fine, man, but they're working for you. You want them to be happy, Exactly. You want them to have like a decent living. I mean, let's face it, most of them are not even going to sit, but maybe if you pay them a little bit more, they will care a little bit more about their job.
Exactly. That's why Walmart has the reputation that it does, is because why do I care? I mean, and then you can, on the flip side, say, well, you have a job, you should be grateful. And but when you're paying, terrible wages. I would almost want to say slave wages.
And they spend it all back in Walmart because it's what they can afford. So it's like money in, money out, It's bad. I don't know. It makes me sad.
Like Costco, that guy pays his employees very well. He doesn't take a salary bigger than the highest paid manager or something.
I don't even know, but I know who you're talking about because he had a documentary on MSNBC and he's awesome. He fucking rocks.
He's amazing. They have great benefits, amazing pay. He gives them the Finland treatment is what I like to call it. They have their vacation time that's paid. I think the fathers get like paternity leave when their wives have babies as well. So Costco is amazing. Shop at Costco.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not being endorsed by that, by the way. So,
I wish
commercial.
you want to send me a free Costco card. I'm totally cool.
Yeah, right. No, but I did see the documentary, and yeah, like, and you go to Costco, and it's a different vibe too, man. Just the people working there,
So different.
they care, you know. It's I mean,
cool. There's a website called People of Walmart for a reason.
I mean, look at I forgot about that. I haven't seen that site in forever, man. I used to check that all the time. But look at people like Marcos Lemonis, where he goes and he takes over all these businesses, or buys half of it and turns it around. Mm-hmm. I always hear two sides of the story. It's like one side's like, well, he's going in there and stealing 50. I'm like, dude, when you get Marcos Lemonis who buys you out 50%, that 50% that he's buy you out just made you like 10 times that you were gonna do in your whole life. So stop bitching. One.
Plus, their business was going to tank anyway.
Yeah, the business was going to tank anyway. So this is your Hail Mary, and just take it and go with it. Like, I love it when people fight with him. Like, he's trying to fix everything. They're, like, trying to, like, fight him the whole time. And I'm like, this is why you're going broke.
Exactly. You're going to – I mean, he's done this many times. You're going to sit there and tell a professional business owner –
yeah, and not only like big ass businesses. I'm not talking about like everybody. It's not little businesses, but
I mean, he's very experienced and very well versed in what he does. He saves companies all the time, and you're going to completely go against him.
He's just his name on it that brings your sales. Like, I don't even know how much. I read somewhere it was a ridiculous percentage.
Oh, that show. I was trying to think of The Prophet. Have you ever seen that? I don't even think it's on anymore.
Every episode. I've seen every episode. No, it's still on.
It is?
On. Yeah, you know me.
DVR doesn't record it anymore.
I record. That reminds me, I got a new DVR. Shit, I got to set it up. But yeah, no.
Are you recording the Jersey Shore?
No, I got to set it up. Is it on yet? Did it come back yet?
On tonight.
What time?
I don't know. I think it's on now. You better text your wife.
Oh my God, I got to tell her right now.
I'm
going to call her right now.
Call her on air.
Call her on air.
Let's see. Tonight, what time? Somebody please. Okay, 8 p.m.
Okay, I don't want to put her on speakerphone because she'll call me. Hey. Because I need you to set up Jersey Shore on the DVR. It's on tonight.
It's over.
Yes, I'm almost done. I got to finish this, but just set it up. I'll be there in a minute. All right, love you. Bye. So, yes. Thank you. I didn't know it was on tonight.
They're going to play 2 back-to-back because it started at 8 p.m.
Eastern
7 Central.
Okay.
I know. So
I have to catch the rerun. There's probably a rerun like at 10
right after.
Or something. It's MTV. They'll rerun the shit out of it.
Oh,
Talking about MTV, has anything been on MTV that's worthy of anything watching?
I did. The other day I was like, what are you watching? Like Jeff had something on and he was
on
like
MTV? The only thing I can think of is Florida Obama or whatever.
No,
there was music videos?
And I was like, what is this? Like, well, I haven't seen music videos back to back in a long time. Like, is this throwback or something? It was a
hashtag THT
TV channels. I don't remember which one.
Really?
But I haven't seen.
I don't know. Knowing Jeff was probably some gangster shit like Waka Flocka or something.
It was.
He was.
They were
dancing around with his Jordans.
It was little. Who was it? Oh, Little Yachty and Macklemore.
Dude, I loved that picture you posted the other day on Eastern, and he was wearing his Jordans, and you bought him for his birthday in the grass, and everybody's flipping the fuck out. And I'm like,
you got 2 pairs, so
I'm like, it's just shoes. Like, who cares, people? Like, you guys take this shit way too serious.
I said the same thing. I don't even like when he wears them, period. But he has 2 pairs, so if one messes up, like one pair gets destroyed, I don't know. I'm just like, be careful.
I don't even own that many shoes, man. I own sandals. I wear sandals like daily, but I stopped. I actually made it a point to stop wearing sandals so much down here because your feet get dry, and then
it's just inevitable.
Yeah, so I kind of made it. I don't like wearing shoes when I'm at home and stuff like that. But I started wearing shoes more often now when I go out instead of just sandals 24/7. It's so easy, man. I'm at the beach. Like,
That's why you need to go to the beach more often, though. Natural exfoliation. You can wear the sandals if you put your feet in the sand more.
Oh my God. Talking about the beach. If Manny watches this, I'm going to kill him. So he was in town. This is one of my friends. He's in town. He works for a cruise line. And he's in town for like a couple days or whatever. He's been trying to get me to meet up with him, but it's on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I got to work. I got to do a bunch of stuff. He's like, come on, man. Just move some stuff around, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, because hanging out with him would be a shit show.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I got done what I needed to get done, and then I'm like, okay, I have like a 2-hour window that I can sneak out and have some other people handle the other stuff, and then I'll get back to my stuff. But if I leave, it's not the end of the world. The world doesn't go on fire. It's like it just takes me a little bit longer to respond to emails, but I'll get around to it at the end of the day, and it's not a big deal. So I go and meet with him. He's fine, and catch up. Hey, what's going on? Blah blah. Hang out. And he goes from 0 to 60 in a matter of like 2 hours, an hour and a half, to the point where he couldn't even talk. I'm like, what have you been doing before I got here? It's like, I'm like, and then I asked the brother, like, what did he had? And she told me everything he had right before.
Oh my God.
Apparently, since he hasn't been in town, like people were just coming in and just buying him shot after shot after shot after shot.
That's what happens.
That's what he was doing hours prior to I got there. But when I talked to him, he sounded perfectly normal. And of course, I guess everything hit. Like
all at once,
an hour after I showed up, and it was just like it was a mess. I had to walk him to his Uber, make sure he went safe.
Oh, that was a good friend.
Oh, he is. He's awesome. And then I sent him on his merry way, took some pictures, and then I went back to work. Went back to the office and back to work.
Hopefully, his Uber driver didn't sexually assault him. They're known for doing that.
Yeah, I know. No, he was okay for what I hear. I don't know. I haven't heard from him. He hasn't posted anything. I'm sure he was okay, but. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go catch up on Jersey Shore.
I need to watch the Jersey Shore.
Me too. We've been going on for a while, so
this time I was actually looking forward to like ending this segment so we could go watch, and we're gonna talk about it.
I'm dying to watch it. I don't know if people are gonna bitch that the show is too short today, but I don't care. I'm not feeling good, guys. If you can hear me, I'm like stuffed up too. So
me too.
It's hurting.
Caught it.
Anyway. Thank you for watching. Whoever's watching live right now, some people watching live right now, follow, like, share, give me some hearts and likes. And if you're listening on the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or whatever it is that you use, thank you for listening. And we'll be back next week. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. We're stuffy noses and stuffy everything.